something I can see turning out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost a... Good heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips that seem to quiver and pulsate.
Paranoia hangs like a fog 10 feet above Kenway, Nevada. Our investigators have barely stepped down on the dusty main street, and already signs of foul play have begun to materialize, buzzing past their ears. While questions about the ethics of using domestic hotel cats for ghost hunting purposes hang in the air, our investigators spot a shiny camera lens peeking its way out of Agent Coy's bed and breakfast window. There's conspiracy in the streets, or so Alister's fellow operative would believe. When we last left y'all, I believe you were outside of the Last Call Sign Bar and Grill, directly in front of one of those newspaper, curbside, put in a quarter mechanical boxes. I don't know what else to call those. When you had an odd sensation, there was kind of like some moving mental fog that moved around you in a way that caught both of your attention. Shortly after that, you noticed the lens poking out of the top floor of the bed and breakfast that you had just exited. Kenway, Nevada is yours. Go for it.
Sure is. Do we still want to...
we wanted to check out the radio tower.
I think we should continue in that direction.
Agreed.
And
what time is it again?
Let's see. If you got in around 10, it's probably noon.
Okay, so we have some time before...
housebreaking hours?
Yes, before we want to start breaking in places. So I say let's go check out the radio tower and see if we can get any vibes. Whatever that was, let's see if we experience it again.
Vibes.
The search for vibes brings you further down the main street of Kenway, Nevada, closer to the radio tower that is the centerpiece of this town. While the building itself is impressive, you notice that there is kind of a relative addition to this building that was not evident from when you just got out of your cars at the end of the street. There is a kind of a second building that is almost wrapped around the radio station. There is a sign, of course, that it says the Kenway Radio Tower Museum of Broadcasting.
I love a niche museum. Ezra.
I do love a niche museum.
Frankly,
I also love a niche museum.
Alistair probably loves them too, but can't admit it. Oh, you know what he has? He has a fucking collection of novelty mugs from, extremely niche museums that he just can't bring into the office.
Yeah, he does. Let's get this man a mug.
I'm gonna get a mug.
Great, let's go. If they got mugs, let's get mugs. Let's check out this fucking museum.
Okay.
A significant portion of the last episode had to do with us finding merchandise for Ponderosa Ranch, and also, what was the other place that you nerds like?
I'm not going to answer that question because you're making fun of us.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm the same type of nerd.
No, it was Tombstone. We were looking at.
Oh yeah! God, I forgot about that.
Because they have all those weird fucking shirts and stuff.
Dumb shit about Tombstone, Arizona.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that I ended up that I went there when I was 9 or something. I do not know why this was what we decided to do as a day trip when I was visiting my grandmother on spring break.
It's a place you can go.
It sure is a place you can go.
Tombstone, Arizona. It's a place you can go.
That's the jingle that plays when you walk in.
I'm thinking about...
You're here.
Okay.
Folks, patreon.com/infinitybreak, as I will undoubtedly be putting that entire 20-minute conversation there.
Oh, good.
Yeehaw.
Delightful. I'm trying to think about...
You too can hear Ezra shop for mugs.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, so I'm trying to...
Museum.
I need to get... Sorry, just one more second to think about how I want to handle this. So, like, it is total... Like, we should definitely, like, go in and do the, like, tourist thing, but, like, I definitely need to be like, so, have you guys had any complaints about, you know, unusual power fluctuations, like the kind of thing that wouldn't show, like, not a full outage, but... you know, we're here doing quality testing, and any kind of, you know, anecdotal evidence can actually be surprisingly helpful. So, if you need to complain about power stuff, I'm your guy. Not exactly like that, but, you know. And also, just poking around the museum. Okay, back into character. Sorry about that. We should start with the museum. Sometimes there's if a town or someplace has history of unusual phenomenon, it might be documented in some sort of historical record, possibly without the people doing the documenting knowing exactly what it is they're seeing or recording. And then after that, I'd like to see if we can get in to talk to station management, but more effectively whoever actually is on, you know, running the boards and that sort of thing. See if they've noticed anything odd. Not necessarily the kind of thing you put in an official complaint about, just phenomenon.
Mm-hmm. I think that sounds entirely reasonable.
It's amazing what a badge can get you. Alistair likes the power line ones because sometimes it means he gets to climb things.
Ooh.
You know, I don't know. I feel like
Like a grown adult at Chuck E. Cheese.
I feel like this is a man who is mostly extremely boring and very occasionally treasures a fantasy of being like a cool TV sacred agent. Mostly he's really boring.
Dork.
That's why he works for the cryptid FBI.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He could have worked for the regular FBI, but he's like secret. He keeps it on the DL, but he's way too weird for the regular FBI. Once again, I have accidentally created Fox Mulder, but like,
what if it's? I mean,
outwardly boring.
Yeah.
Except
Mulder
not
in the sheet, Scully in the street.
Yes, literally yes.
I don't know who this makes me then.
Maybe I should change honestly, maybe I should change one of my aspects to that.
Oh, damn it, Z, I said I was going to give you a map.
Yeah, you did. That's fine.
Where the fuck is our map, Ben?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Well, let's
No, right.
I mean, we know we want to go in and like, you know, obviously make sure that the museum is open and we can go in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's noon on like a weekday.
Yeah.
You would assume so, but it's a small town. It could be one of those things where it's just open whenever they feel like opening it. So
yeah. Maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of like the local high school runs some sort of like internship program.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, the big secret is that really all you do is just like sit and hang out because nobody ever comes in there.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty sick to me. That's the job I would have taken.
Yeah, like,
school, so.
extreme. Yeah, it's actually secretly like the cushiest extracurricular activity you could possibly do.
Those free college credits, baby.
Yep, gotta love it. Looks great. Looks great on a fucking college application.
I've just uploaded a little map.
Oh,
Yay!
Yeah. Whoops.
Map.
I didn't label it, but those three little buildings right next to the B&B are just houses.
Okay.
Cool.
Smashing. Let me.
And that word on the left is meant to be plateau.
Oh yeah. Okay, so radio tower, town square, park, mayor's house, houses, bowling alley, bar.
Oh, this is way smaller than I thought it was.
Well, there's like suburban sprawl to the right, but everything that matters is on this street.
Yeah, the main street is not as long as I thought it was.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I thought the radio tower was further out of town for some reason, because that's what I associate radio towers being, but that's not necessarily accurate. I like that the mayor's house is labeled, presumably because we're gonna have to go there at some point.
Oh yeah.
We love a this is a destination. This is a travelable destination on the map markers.
Yeah.
Why is that alley It's like when you do like Dragon Age Origins, you're like, why is that alley labeled? Oh, there we go.
We've been playing a lot of point and click games for the stream recently, and that happens a lot.
We love a point and
click. This is a weirdly brightly lit section of the map. Oh, okay. Because we can go in here.
Game design.
Mm-hmm. You love to see it.
Truly, game design is my passion. Mm-hmm. There needs to be an equivalent of the graphic design is my passion meme that is game design is my passion. I don't know what it should be making fun of.
Like a really shitty menu.
Yeah. Part of me wants it to be just like the thing where there's like 3 maps in the entirety of Dragon Age 2, but also like I don't care. It's fine.
I know it does that, and I don't care that it does that.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Sorry.
So we have a map. We're at the radio tower. There's radio tower. There's radio museum. Let's figure out if there's people in the museum.
Yeah.
Sure, this is not a big or elaborate building. You know, it kind of feels like the same facade as the one for the B&B. You know, there's just like a single door with a clear window and maybe like some curtains around the edges of that window. Like we mentioned earlier, niche museums. This isn't our local OMSI or anything like that. But yeah, you knock on the door and there's no response right away.
Are there like hours posted anywhere? Or is it just like is there a sign?
Windows?
Or are we just like knocking on a random door?
Yeah, let's say it says 12 to 5 or something every day.
Mm.
So they should be open.
Alistair like checks his watch to confirm that it's after 12.
Yeah, it's probably like 12:30ish.
And then it's like Southwest time.
Oh, that's a beach time joke, not an Arizona doesn't have time zones joke. I mean, Arizona does have time zones. You know what I mean?
Yes, no, I do. No, that is a beach time joke, not an Arizona doesn't observe daylight savings time.
Sick. Yeah.
Niche, especially since we're in Nevada.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
No, this is Alistair being judgmental and from Connecticut.
Okay, well, since obviously they're not around, do you want to just kind of we could just do a loop of the property, we probably can't get into the radio tower, but we could at least take a look around and see if we get a feel whatever that was again.
Good idea. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we're gonna take a loop of the premises. Let me look at my stats real quick. I look at my character sheet. That would be an investigate, I would assume.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Go for it.
Okay.
The combination of sensory phenomena is unusual. Feeling without,
I have a plus
tactile sensation without sound. Just odd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I associate that kind of phenomena or something similar with it with ghosts, right? But this wasn't that. That was something very different, and I don't really know how to quantify that. I just think we need more information here before we can start making any assumptions about what it might be. I don't know if it's a stretch to say that it might be ghost or spirit related, maybe, but that could be.
Saints out here hankering for a ghost.
Ghost adjacent in the sense that it's some kind of impression left
perhaps
by something.
Sure. I think that seems not unreasonable, but who knows? I don't.
Fortunately, neither do I.
I rolled a 3 on my investigation.
All right. What are you looking for specifically? For more signs of that phenomenon?
Yeah, or anything out of the ordinary. And by out of the ordinary, I don't mean like, oh man, that's a dog over there. That's weird. I mean like, obviously, the supernaturally unusual.
That Stephen King dog.
It's
dog.
the car from Christine. That's weird.
Yeah. What's the name of the murder dog? Cujo? Is that
Cujo.
it? Yeah. Yeah, you run into Cujo. No,
Oh, fuck.
There's been a lot of Stephen King
help.
jokes this chapter. Oh, well.
Yeah, someone who's only ever read the first Dark Tower book and seen The Shining, I don't know where I am making Stephen King jokes, but here we are.
I don't really know what Cujo is, so I'm going to look that up real fast.
Oh, he's a murder dog?
Yeah, it's a murder dog. There's nothing else really to say there. It's a dog that does murder.
Oh, it's a dog that does murders as opposed to a
Yep.
dog that, like, shows up to indicate murders.
No, that's called a church crib.
Yeah.
No, this is a dog this is Cujo, the dog who does murders. Not one of his more original ideas, I think, maybe.
A lot of, let me just check the year of publication on that one and match it up with the, Oh, yeah, that's a cocaine year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, it was really culturally relevant when we were growing up, I think. I don't know. I just remember hearing about Cujo a lot.
Flips the pages of this paperback. A cocaine year.
A very icy year.
Cool, so we don't see the dog, the Cujo.
So, okay. So
We don't see Mr. Cujo, or we do
dog.
We don't see the murder car either. Do I notice anything else?
You wander around, and yeah, you don't notice either of those iconic Stephen King characters that are both not humans. Nor do you notice Jack Torrance or fucking Pennywise or anything like that.
I was gonna say, do I see the twins from The Shining?
Yeah, come play with us, Saint.
This is just the dolls all over again.
Yeah, you pump your fist and just say, finally, some real fucking ghosts.
Thank fucking God.
No, yeah, you wander around. There's not a ton by the museum.
Okay.
You don't feel that sensation again where you're standing. Looking up, however, you do see that the radio tower is. Here's some real wild descriptions. It's pretty tall. It's pretty old. It seems to be in a little bit of disrepair, but it's not like bent over or anything like that. It's not broken. You do see that there are these kind of like light bulb tubes that have kind of wrapped themselves around the radio tower that you're able to pick up on, although certainly you don't know what those are just yet. You do notice that there are like a bunch of like muddy footprints and some scuff marks around the brickwork of the town square next to the museum, though.
Which direction do the muddy footprints lead?
Into the park, between the park and the radio tower.
Cool. You want to just... We might as well. It's something. It's not nothing.
We need to do something while we wait for whoever it is to come back from their extended lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, does the radio tower, you know how when you stand under those like really high voltage power lines, there's that weird hum?
Yes, of course, the electrical hum. Yeah.
Yeah. Does a radio tower doesn't put off a similar thing, does it?
I mean, I honestly don't know. As somebody who ostensibly should, given my academic background, I actually genuinely don't know.
I doubt it.
I know that they put out a ton of electricity and that was an early issue with radio broadcasting was powering up those stations and who had the ability to power them up more than others. And that quite literally the fight for radio dominance across the United States had to do with who had the most generators to power their station. Because then they could extend the broadcasting radius of their broadcast. And I know about that one weird right-wing lunatic who based himself out of Mexico, therefore outside of the FCC's jurisdiction, and then blasted his weird ramblings all across the American Southwest. But I don't know if they, specifically the towers, radiate electricity like that.
Probably
Those are
not.
some fun radio facts for the family.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't think... my guess is probably not.
I don't think so, because they're probably not... It's not at like a... I mean, it's not at like a fucking... God, the number
I don't think
of
they're
ways
pumping
in which
out juice in the same way than a power line is.
Yeah, well, because part of the reason, like, the power lines, they're
It's also
losing
not
electricity.
moving. Yeah.
because they're the U.S. power grid is fucking insanely inefficient.
Yeah.
And it's like a different voltage. Fuck, that's the word I was looking for. The number of ways in which I am not an electrical engineer. I didn't take physics in high school, kids.
Understandable. No one should.
I mean, I did, and I didn't.
So
dick,
I know absolutely fucking. I know like an absolute minimal amount about how electricity shit works.
Fair enough. I'm going to say that even so, the machine itself, the tower, the station, is not on, and therefore there is no radiation. Or rather, radiating electricity.
Sure, that makes sense. I was just thinking about, like, whether... Yeah, I was going to be like, if it's like, is there any kind of similar sensation happening when we're over here? But obviously there's not, so... Let's fucking Scooby-Doo this shit and follow some muddy footprints.
Let's split up, gang. There's only two of us. We just go in opposite directions. And I take the dog.
Where are they getting... Where's the mud? It's New Mexico in December. It's dry as fuck.
Well, that's part of the mystery.
I know. I'm thinking, where did the mud
They're
come
getting
from?
mud flown in. It's fucked up.
I mean, I guess unless there's like there could be a sprinkler system.
There could be a sprinkler system. I feel like in the winter you're probably not using... This is based entirely on what I know about two states that are not Nevada, Oregon, and California. You're not watering your lawn in the winter because
That
you
is
don't
true.
need to.
Yeah, because your shit is dormant in the winter.
Yeah. But also, those are, once again, please note, two states that are not this one. One of whom is notably wet in the winter. So, I don't know.
I will say that the footprints have been there for a while. They're pretty caked down onto the brickwork.
Okay.
These are not last night's footprints.
All right.
Oh, these
vintage
aren't your
footprints,
last
let
night's
go.
footprints, I'll tell you that much.
They are specifically October 10th. No.
Yeah, I would say, just taking a look here, these are probably what do you think, Tim? Like September? October?
Well, Jim, I think I'm gonna have to call it for Libra season rather than Virgo season.
Yeah, I think that seems right. Sorry, are we Tim and Jim?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Just wanted to clarify our bit characters. Fuck Saint and Alistair, we're Tim and Jim, mud analyzers.
No, this is now one of the radio shows. we're
People
fucking
call in.
Yeah, no, Tim and Jim were like the local NPR affiliate weirdo, old guys.
Yeah.
Your car talk, but it's mud?
But it's mud. No, I think one of them must be a former geologist, so it's just kind of dirt in general.
Yeah, it's
rocks.
dirt talk with Tim and Jim.
Yeah.
Don't tumble rocks like my brother.
Okay, let's
I'm sorry.
So
yeah, let's that is interesting. Also, I feel like it tells us something about nobody cares enough to clean it. Which says to me we might be able to get away with sneaking around because nobody gives a shit.
Tee-hee-hee. Yeah, let's go.
Let's all right, off we go.
We double click on the
Wild Woody
footprints
Yonder.
and a arrow pops up that allows us to go to the next screen in the point and click game.
To go to where? Sorry.
To go to the next screen,
we'd like to
following
follow
the footprints.
Yeah, we like to follow the footprints, presumably into the park.
Yeah, the screen goes black and there's a generic footstep sound that indicates that you're moving from one location to the next, and then we're in a different screen.
Fair enough. Yeah, you walk into the park. It's pretty straightforward. There's a playground, but it's not a very elaborate one. There's just two swing sets. So, 4 or 6 swings. I don't know. A slide, a little kind of a climbing jungle gym, those sort of things. But it's not like one of those super elaborate ones. Probably something that was put up by the community a number of decades ago at this point, I'm sure. There's no pond or anything like that, but there are trees and bushes and 1 or 2 walking pathways that just kind of crisscross this thing. It's maybe the size of like a city block and a half.
Okay.
But, again, you're in the middle of the desert, so that, comparatively, that's actually a lot of space. here, where all these buildings are kind of... There's probably just as much park as there are buildings on Main Street, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not an enormous park by any stretch, but it's pretty enormous for the area that it's in. And yeah, indeed, the grass is pretty unmanicured at this point. Like you said about people maybe not caring about cleaning up the brick, the grass is pretty uneven. It's winter, so a lot of leaves have fallen. These, of course, are trees that are not necessarily native to the area, as everything around here are those kind of pines that we mentioned early on in the first episode. These are, of course, would be deciduous trees that, right? Those are the ones where the leaves fall?
Yes.
Thank you. This is harder than DMing D&D because I actually have to care about what type of individual trees there are. In D&D, I'm just like, the goblins find you!
Why the fuck can't goblins find us here?
Oh, alright, sure. Roll initiative.
Yay!
Me, oh shit, I don't have a D20, I just have this pile of D6s.
I'm using Google Dice, so I can have whatever I need at any moment.
I have a whole bunch of D20s, merely a room away.
Yeah, Ben, learn how to run a D6 based game right now. Run Monster of the Week right now.
Anyway. Yeah, can do. Well, anyway, the goblins will be back in chapter 7.
So, just just kind of surveying the park.
This place would look nice if it snowed, but it does not snow.
But right now it looks like shit.
Alistair, looks at the playground and then kind of looks over at Saint and just says, the tyranny of children's play structure safety regulations hasn't made it quite this far out yet, has it?
Bark chips everywhere.
Are bark chips no longer allowed?
Oh man, yeah, it's all that
big time.
It's all that weird recycled rubber flat shit because kids can't throw it in each other's faces
and fall and get them stuck in their legs and shit.
Got pegged in the head with so many bark chips as a child.
Yeah, that's, I feel, not to be old or whatever, but I feel like that's a childhood rite of passage. Is to get a bark chip injury.
Yeah, bark chip injuries. I mean, also I think 3 or 4 different kids broke arms or wrists and stuff at school when I was in elementary school, and it just wasn't that big a deal.
Back in my day, we just broke limbs all the time.
Well, no, but
the fuck.
I mean, yeah, it was sort of one of those things where it was oh yeah, so and so broke their wrist. Oh yeah, I guess they're gonna have a cast for a few weeks. We're gonna draw weird shit on it.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna get in trouble for drawing a penis on this kid's cast.
Yeah,
yeah, rite of passage.
Yeah, so this park has bark chips for sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for that amusing anecdote, I'm adding a merry-go-round.
Yes! Fuck the mystery. I'm getting on the merry-go-round.
Oh, man.
I'm going to say the default position of this merry-go-round, i.e. when it's not in motion, is that it's slumped off to one side.
Yes!
Only in motion does it ricketily stay even.
Hell yeah.
But when it's not in motion, it is
That's how you
slanted.
know people have been doing merry-go-rounds right, is when you're running alongside it really, 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 really fast, and then you jump on and sit down and just get spun to fuck.
Or some area teens have been messing around with it.
Yeah, probably.
As an area teen who used to mess around with merry-go-rounds, I feel called out.
Those things were so fucking fun.
Yeah, Helen and I used to do that shit a lot. Anyway,
yeah.
Wow.
Is that really that surprising?
From the area teens who used to...
From the area teens who used to break the merry-go-rounds.
It's
ParaScience.
I would like to just have a wander around the play structure.
Yeah, I feel like it's not a bad idea just to at least do a lap and just kind of cover all the ground and see, is this area colder? Are there more weird... I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of going off instinct here. I should have played my character that was a psychic, but I didn't, so... I'd play whoever this Joker is instead.
Are there any in the photographs that we've got from Agent Coy, are there any of the park?
There are some from the park, and I think specifically of specifically of the play structure itself.
Okay. Also,
and maybe there's one of the swing set with, again, one of those highlighted lines.
Huh. Excellent. Quick question before we wander into the park. 2 questions. One, are the footprints discernible once we get into the park?
Yeah, looking down at the ground, especially in the grassier areas, you can see where there are some not insubstantial kind of divots in the ground. Almost like a tread, but not quite. The footprints themselves seem to have disappeared. They were not necessarily heavy enough to have pushed into the dirt.
That
and
makes
if
sense.
they did, maybe the grass is covering them.
Okay. And just... were they, like, generally adult-sized?
All of them, yeah.
Okay. I'd like to kind of follow the divots. Like, not stepping in them, but, like, follow alongside them. And just to wherever they end.
Sure, there's a transition point between the playground and the woods. And you go to the woods. And at the side of the woods, you see... yeah, I mean, there's a sharp division between the playground, or rather the grass area, and just the barren desert from which trees are sprouting up. I realize barren means there wouldn't be trees. Fuck you, this one has trees.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's not like a... it's not like... high desert has trees. It's only, some kinds of deserts have trees, some don't.
Yeah. I keep feeling I need to differentiate between this is not the Sahara.
Yeah.
It's the area that stretches from Central Oregon down to New Mexico.
Yeah.
The high desert. It's scrub brush and roots and these tall pine trees.
Yeah, it's not like the Sonoran or the Mojave or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's too far north for that.
There is no, I say like this town in the desert. And I just want to be clear, I don't mean sand.
Yeah, no sand, no cactus.
Sand has not come up and will not come up.
Yeah, because it's coarse, irritating, it gets everywhere. Mm-hmm. I had to do it to you.
No, I just like I had to go to the woods. I get it.
Okay, so
What is a horror podcast without a little shit posting?
So these divots, like, just kind of leave the park area.
And go into the woods.
Thanks, Mr. Sondheim. Yeah, I'd like to... let's keep following them.
Sure, you walk deeper into the wood. It's not actually very dense. There is still, there's still plenty of light out, and there's still plenty of space between the trees. You don't feel that this area is as dense or as claustrophobic or as foreboding as the forest you encountered really only like a week and a half ago up in Washington. Again, things are just less dense here. But you're able to wander through these trees appropriately, every once in a while noticing kind of more of these treads, until eventually you find kind of an area, a clearing, or rather one that has been made a clearing, because there is a large fallen tree and a weird kind of flat hole in the ground. And by flat, I mean like a crater.
Oh.
Like just kind of a depression.
Okay.
How big?
Probably about 10 feet wide.
Okay. So, decently sized, but not massive. How deep?
Maybe about 3 feet deep.
Oh, okay. So, we could just, look and see. Is there anything in there?
Lots and lots of footprints.
I thought for a second you were going to say bones.
Oh, no!
Bones!
You found the pet cemetery.
Oh, fuck!
Okay, I will start taking pictures and notes about this.
Yeah. Different size footprints?
Different size footprints.
Okay. Any vibes?
Yeah.
Can I do
Sure,
a vibe
they all...
check?
Some of them are a little flirty.
Oh! No, but we're not feeling any more of those, the weird sensation of something walking by us, right?
No. Different pit in your stomach here, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, that's odd. Is there any footprints exiting the hole, like
Yeah.
going further in, or does it all seem like they came here and just converged?
Yeah, definitely some entering, some exiting. One of the sides of this pit is kind of a little more evened out, like they knocked down the barrier. And by the barrier, I mean, from the inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the edge of it's like crumbled down.
Yeah, one of them is like sloped down a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, a lot of work boots, a lot of adult human footprints.
Okay.
A lot of other kind of smaller, or rather small but larger than those depressions as well.
I wonder if we could. This might be a stretch. Get a
Cast?
a pair of. Well, I was gonna say a pair of your friend's boots and compare them, but we could also take a cast. But it seems like there might be too many to get a clear cast of any one footprint. Does that seem accurate?
There's dozens.
Yeah.
I'd like to...
You would be here for... If you treated this like an archaeological site, you'd be here for weeks.
I'd like to maybe try to just measure, like, get some photos of individual ones and maybe just measure a handful of, like, different... ones that I can tell are different, so that I'll have multiple examples to possibly try to match to Agent Koi's shoes, if we can get to them.
Sure. Yeah, they all look pretty samey. They're all pretty utilitarian work boot footprints between, size 8 and size 12. I don't know, that's the range of adult feet, right?
Sure.
I don't know if you'd be able to pick out business flats.
Well,
or if you would even know specifically if that's what Koi was wearing.
no, I mean, I wouldn't. That's why I'm trying to see if I can get some data points from this to try to match to whatever shoes we find in his room.
Oh, sure.
I just want to, like, it's probably not going to tell me a whole lot because he probably has fairly average-sized feet for an adult human man. But
yeah, they don't call him size 16 Koi for nothing.
fuck. So this is just Alistair sort of going into document everything mode.
Gotcha.
He has a procedure, and it is gather as much data as possible, regardless of how useful it seems in the moment.
Sure. I imagine Alistair's maybe kind of delicately walking around the edge of this rim, maybe pointing a pen toward the center of the pit. Kind of, again, not doing like full-blown archaeological work, but kind of like mentally, forensically kind of trying to trace certain trails.
Yes. That is exactly.
Why would they be walking over here? Why do they keep walking back there? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, and kind of trying to track, like, thinking about how we were getting, like, weird sight lines, kind of looking up towards, like, the tops of the trees to see if there's anything that would indicate that this area was being observed.
The kind of trees in this area are relatively branchless. There's just, like, a lot at the top, but there's not, like, a good way to climb these trees.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there's any sort of foul play up in the actual trees.
Okay. I'm thinking about that, like, if Agent Koi was posing as somebody working for the power company, he might have had the tools to, like, climb something like that. And so I'm just checking to make sure, not necessarily, like, evidence of, like, somebody having sat up there, but also looking for maybe, like, any kind of, like, camera having been set here for, like, passive surveillance type thing.
Sure. Nothing that you see at this point.
Okay. Does this kind of, this is a fairly distinctive phenomenon that we're seeing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Does it remind me of anything from a lore perspective?
Go ahead and do you think a lore roll would be appropriate here? I can probably just give you that information direct, but
I mean, I can do a
we
lore
don't roll
roll
very often. I feel like it's.
Yeah, I want to. This is sort of like I feel like this is weird enough that, like, I'm kind of combing my knowledge.
Yeah,
of,
I feel like this is like that we should be rolling for.
Yeah, this is my best stat. I would like to roll it.
Let us roll, Ben. Let us roll dice.
Now hold the fuck up.
I did really bad, though.
Oh, no. Why?
Well, I rolled 3 negatives.
Oh, no. Why?
And a neutral.
Why did you do that?
I was so eager to roll dice. I forgot that sometimes dice roll you.
Fuck, that's very funny.
I don't know why that came out the way that it did.
Sounds like a good merch opportunity though. Just sometimes the dice roll you.
Yeah.
It's
like but like in a really spooky vintage, either like D&D first edition font or Stephen King paperback font.
Yeah, both good.
Sometimes the dice roll you. ParaScience.
Yeah, so, which literally, because I have a +4, brings me to a 1.
Yay!
All right, then with that insight, I'm going to say that the department you work for, very occasionally, actually pretty frequently, gets called out to a lot of crash sites. Mm-hmm. That things, usually, the classic Roswell thing of things fall from the sky, weather balloons, satellites, what have you, black boxes from airplanes, luggage from airplanes, in a comical moment.
Toilet seats.
Exactly. The season 2 finale of Breaking Bad.
Oh, I was going for Dead Like Me.
I'm not familiar, actually.
Oh, you should... Ben, you specifically would fucking love Dead Like Me.
Dead Like Me. Oh, wait, I think I know which one that is, but I've never watched it myself.
I started watching it, probably fully a decade ago. And
Yes. Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah, because it's me, I love all things related to Mandy Patinkin. But the protagonist at the beginning of the first episode is killed by a toilet seat that is it's possibly from either a disintegrating plane or a disintegrating space thing, but yeah, she gets killed by a toilet seat.
Huh. That's so fucking funny.
It's very funny. So we get called out to it. That makes sense. We get called out to a lot of impact sites.
Right. And very frequently, it involves an agent showing up, looking things over, recognizing it as an Earthbound object. That's right, a copy of the rare game Earthbound. And then going, okay, thanks for letting us know, and then driving away.
Makes sense. And also, yeah, and so I would expect this kind of a thing, people... It's a small town, not that much happens here. A lot of people hear about it, a lot of people come to look at now there's a hole in the ground, or whatever.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay.
So it seems like whatever may have caused this large divot in the ground isn't here right now.
Good to know. It can't come to the phone right now. Leave a message after the beep.
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, George isn't at home.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will stand at the edge of, stand there sort of frowning at this thing and just think, out loud, will just say, well, if it's an impact crater, whatever left it is gone. And we'll learn more if we can figure out what it was and where it is now. There's not much left. But this is the sort of thing where everybody and their cousin needs to come see what's going on and, of course, tramples any useful evidence that might have been left behind. Do I know enough about math to maybe make some guesses as to what size of thing would have left that big a crater? I know that has way more to do with velocity than mass.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where it doesn't matter how much math Alistair knows. Ben, the dungeon master, doesn't know enough math at all.
Oh, yeah, neither does Ezra, the player playing Alistair. I don't know shit about shit.
I don't know if I could give a satisfying answer as the DM. Okay,
that's fair. I mean, I can just say, looking at it, well, it's not like, the size of a refrigerator. Yeah, I think Alistair probably sits there, attempts to do some, metaphorical back of a napkin math, and then just gives up. not enough data. And I will, having taken my photographs, I will fucking head back to the playground because I want to see if sticking my fingers where those pictures were taken gives me any of the spooky vibes.
Back to the playground, you said?
Yeah, as long as, unless Saint wants to. I actually might look at Saint and just, is this anything up your alley?
Great question. I feel like I should roll a separate lore roll for that. Because we have different experiences. But let me see if I have something that seems slightly more applicable. No, I don't think so. I think lore is still probably my best bet here. Even though it is not as good of a stat. I rolled 4 3s.
Hell yeah.
So that's
Me,
a 2 total.
My ass over here with a fucking +4 in this.
Then Saint, whatever caused this crater is not a ghost.
And it's not a demon?
No.
Okay.
The world's heaviest ghost.
Well, the footprints coming in, I don't know. I wasn't sure if that was anything, but I
sure,
did,
sure.
you know?
The footprints don't seem especially ghosty under these circumstances.
Great. Dope. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get a lot of points for that one, but I figured I would try. I just kind of shake my head, like, ghosts don't generally leave footprints.
Fair point. Yeah, I would like to, well, yeah, it's still pretty bright out, but I'm gonna try it anyway. And just kind of motion for Saint to stand back, and I would like to pull out the blacklight flashlight and kind of start seeing if I can, literally shed some different light on the situation.
The blacklight flashlight is not particularly big. It's pretty much a pen light. You know, it could be attached to a keychain. It'd be pretty long, but it could be attached to a keychain.
Yeah.
But, you know, regardless, you were able to... Probably a tool belt, actually, would be a better fit. Anyway, regardless, you're able to kind of cup your hands around the, I guess, lens of the black light to try to create some dark space in front of it and just shine it on the ground directly. You have to kind of maybe get in toward the edge of the pit in order to, you know, get close enough to the dirt to be able to investigate it in the way that you would want.
Yeah, I'll take a knee at the edge.
And even though, as you said, you're right, it's not very dark. It's overcast. There is plenty of just kind of light coming from all directions. By creating these shadows with your hands, you are able to see that there is kind of a purple luminescence coming off of the dirt at the bottom of this hole. Purple pale luminescence.
Okay. I would like to take a sample of the dirt.
You get out your handy little gardening trowel.
Yeah,
and your little Ziploc bag.
Yep.
And you put some dirt in the bag.
You know, label it and file it away in my dumb little satchel thing.
I'm glad you labeled it. Otherwise, you would, of course, be unpacking 2 hotels from now. Just, the fuck is this bag of dirt from?
I've got a bag of dirt. I got a bag of dirt.
I was thinking about it.
We truly are the Pirates of the Caribbean generation.
If nothing else.
If nothing else. The glue that holds us together.
Holds us all together.
Yeah.
Two defining moments in our childhoods: No Child Left Behind and Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah, exactly. Our generation is held together much like the fucking sea turtles in the story of the Jacktails, with hair from my back. Helena's not here to incessantly quote Pirates of the Caribbean, so I have to do it. Okay. It glows under a black light. Good to know. I will file that. I will make a note of that. And also, next time we run into the fucking weird buzzy phenomenon, I will pull out the fucking blacklight flashlight.
Sounds like a plan.
And this luminescence, has it been, like, disturbed by the footprints? You know,
No. It covers both the non-depressed ground and the ground where there are footprints.
Okay. And if I,
But it's also pretty solidly just in the pit and in the pathway back to the park. The rest of the wood seems largely untouched.
Interesting.
In both the depressed earth and the earth that feels pretty good these days.
Does it seem to get... And if I kind of... Does it seem like it's getting brighter towards the center?
No, it's pretty uniform.
Okay. Saint, if you encounter that same phenomena again and I don't, let me know. I want to see if it reacts to the UV radiation.
I can do that.
We should go back and check out the playground. A couple of Agent Coy's photos are of an kind of an odd angle on that swing set.
Okay, sounds good. I'll give you a boost.
Alistair raises an eyebrow at you.
No, to get the correct angle. Come on, work with me here.
I'm sure the boost will be much appreciated.
You walk back to the playground, and the merry-go-round is spinning.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah. Haunted merry-go-round.
Okay. Is there any wind?
There's a light breeze, yeah.
But not enough to...
How fast and hard is it spinning?
It's spinning like it's winding down.
Ah, okay. So, some ghost children were going for a ride.
Similarly, the swings nearby kind of are creaking. Not quite swinging, but creaking.
There we go. Okay. Maybe we should take a look around with your handy-dandy flashlight.
Yeah. I would like to go over the... Let's start with the merry-go-round. Kind of just... I don't want to touch it quite yet. I'd like to kind of just, like, try to shine the UV flashlight at it, like, as it's passing me.
Mm-hmm. Sure, yeah, no footsteps.
Okay, no fluorescence.
No fluorescence, no footsteps, no luminescence, but some weird shadows cast on the other side.
Some weird shadows.
If you can count the number of those, those kind of hand bars on a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
The big crossbars that divide a merry-go-round that the kids actually hold on to.
Yeah.
If you can count the number of them directly in front of you, you see that there is more of a blur of shadows on the other side. That things aren't as stark. That could be, of course, because your pen is not very bright. Could be because it's an overcast day and the shadows aren't very stark. But there's something about the shadows.
I'd like to kind of motion to Saint to kind of look where I'm looking. Do you notice anything off but the shadow pattern?
I mean, it doesn't look the same to me. Like, that's something that just looks weird.
Yeah, it looks as I described.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was a, like, no, it looks fine to you kind of situation.
Nah, Alistair, I think you're just a bit fucked in the noggin today.
I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
And if I, like, walk to the other side of the merry-go-round, like, opposite of where I was standing.
Oh, and continue to shine the light?
Yeah.
Same thing.
So it's same thing on the... Now where I was standing, looking back at where I was standing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing something wrong with the shadows.
That's right. Granted, this is a circular object that's spinning, so... No matter which way you approach it, it's going to be kind of samey.
Okay.
I'm going to do something stupid, and I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to grab one of the bars on the thing, and I'm just going to stop it.
Sure. The thing comes to a halt. It doesn't stop super suddenly. It takes your arm with it just a little bit. But it comes to a halt and slumps off to one side, like I mentioned earlier. It just slants.
Okay, do the shadows change at all?
The shadows stop completely, and you can, again, it's still overcast, so maybe those shadows aren't super stark, but you can definitely see the same amount of bars and all that when you shine your light on it.
So they were weird when it was in motion.
That's right.
And
could have just been motion blur.
Could have just been
Hard
motion blur, but we're not sure.
Well, What happens when I start spinning it again?
The same phenomenon returns.
What happens when I
was
get
gonna say,
on?
yeah, one of us should ride on it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna exchange a look with Alistair and get on, and then
I will
kick to like push off.
Okay.
Saint. You have a good time.
Shut up.
You feel the euphoria of being on a merry-go-round, and you are transported back to your childhood for just a wee moment. It feels calm and serene, but also just very faintly. And again, maybe it's motion sickness, maybe it's something else. But you can feel that kind of buzzing sensation that you felt just outside the bar and grill.
Okay. Does it go away? Or if I stay in one place, is it like localized?
It's present there with you.
Oh. Cool. Just one? Like, is it... Because I'm trying to figure out the shape of it. I say, and before I can finish a sentence, I think of Ed Sheeran. Is there, like, an area? Is it kind of the whole center? What is the science here?
It feels nearby you, but maybe off only onto one radius of the merry-go-round.
Oh, I was imagining crawling around the whole circumference.
Oh, sure. Well, then even so, it's on like one radius of it. One of those little sections of the pie, as it were.
Yeah, and when I go through, it doesn't like disappear, it just like hangs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I got something here. There's just that feeling, that buzzing feeling is just like here.
Okay, I'd like to kind of shine the... Is the merry-go-round, like, moving slowly enough that I could, like, jog to keep pace with where Saint is?
I mean, I did not imagine that I was spinning it at the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be able to communicate with
Yeah,
you
sure.
still,
So I'd like to just kind of keep pace with it so I can get a fixed point and shine the UV light on the area that Saint is indicating where that he's feeling that buzzing sensation.
Sure, absolutely. You are able to keep the same even pace with Saint because, again, neither of you are moving very fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can shine your black light on that position, and it seems that when it's more kind of focused in the area, again, things are still blurry because of the motion and the light and the overcast and all that. Yeah. But there's distinctly a shadow there. A shadow that nothing else seems to be casting.
Oh. So UV light is throwing a shadow. And there's nothing that... But the shadow is not being cast by anything that a human eye can see.
That's right.
Does the shadow have a shape? Like if I kind of pan over it like you would doing... Like if I... Kind of like the equivalent of like a chalk rubbing?
Things are blurry and not super clear.
Okay.
But it's the size of a human child.
Oh, fuck.
What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players were Ezra Kaye as Eyes on the Ground agent Alister McAndrews and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores. As you may have surmised, Nick will not be joining us for at least this arc as they pursue their education. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show just for you. Our theme song and incidental music are by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was crafted by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. Additionally, this chapter's story was created with the assistance of Sara Husen. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you would like to help the show succeed, there are a good many ways to do that. You can help spread the word about the show on social media and by simple word of mouth. You can @ us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter, and while you're at it, why not tag Infinity Break 23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/Infinity Break, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your support and promise a good deal of behind-the-scenes audio. And finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let ParaScience flicker and stretch behind you, like a shadow in the hot desert sun. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.